Hello everyone. Welcome back to our stream again with Fourth Monkey again. Welcome back to our second day of the week this week. And yes, with Fourth Monkey again. Yesterday I talked about the market structure for this starting week. And yeah, let us quickly review yesterday. We watched the Asia Open and completely sweep the downside lows. The market dropped early sellers exactly as planned. So at 4 hour time frame. And okay, so now we are seeing heavy reaccumulation across the board, and we already have, oh, that's it. So we already have three active setups covered today. So starting with Fartcoin that I have long set up a few hours ago with Sol and BTC. So right now I only have few setup or positions for this month, and I'm taking it slowly but yeah, surely for this month of August. Okay, so currently I have 8 setups, and yeah, 2 wins and 2 lose, but I'm waiting for 3 more trades for this one. So right now the balance is like the balance it's five something 684, just deduct minus 500, yes. And yes, Bitcoin, Fartcoin, and Solana is looking good for now. And maybe we can TP a New York Open or up until tomorrow, because I have a short setup coming up for the rejection at 65K and the order block. So okay, so let's start our analysis for Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is currently at 64,300. So on the lower time frame. Oh, by the way, I just learned about this, the TV9 with Nico. He taught me how to use it with higher time frame and in 4 hour time frame and daily candle. So yeah, I'm always into keen of learning new things, new indicators, and I learned also with Fourth Monkey on how to use this Fibonacci retracement. So it's very helpful, but I'm the guy here who use less indicators, and just managing properly how to use risk tolerance and use proper take profit with partial. Okay, so let's start. Uh, on the lower time frame, yes, we have here on the lower time frame 15 minutes compressing above the weekly view up, as I said yesterday. As long as we are on this channel above this, the buyers are still controlled. And now the delta volume is uh, on the flat line and indicating local buyers are stepping up since London open here, and now we're just waiting for New York open if they can sell this or buy or push up on the upper side of order block, and I will be uh, um, observing for that region. Okay, so for OI, for this one, sits around here at 6.8 billion, and it's still flat. And this means aggressive shorts are posing their momentum, and the POC here, or the point of control support, is acting as a firm floor here. So we just swept on open Asia, and then right now it's currently on consolidating phase. Okay, so um BTC OB clusters and the hit map target here. Oh, let let's talk about first the heat map targets. The 48-hour liquidation heat map reveals the exact roadmap here, and we already took out the sweep around this area, the local lows, and yes, since we already had a sweep below here on Open Asia, I'm looking now on New York Open to sweep this local highs before going down. And I will be tackling about that on the next OB cluster. But yes, we had two major, oh sorry, two local liquidity band here. So this is what I'm talking about on my weekly time frame. So this one, and yes, sitting around here at 65. Oh, sorry. Yes, on almost 66K on POC, but I will be starting to DC a short swing around 65 to 65 700 to short around that area and target around 61 to 60K. So yes, we have a massive OV clusters here at 64 600 to 65 200. So market makers are targeting this specifically liquidity pool for uh, today or up until tomorrow. So our active BTC long is looking for expansion as I have a entry price at 63, almost 100. So yeah, we hold the line as long as the structure stays above on this view up or the local support line at 63 800 or 63 700. And for the sol setup here, okay, I'm still looking for this clean sweep or the rage breakout here. So on the 1 hour time frame, we had a breakout structure on 76 and price fighting around this area. We have a strong bullish momentum on this one. So yes, I will be setting up my take profit around 77 and max profit around 80. And I believe Blasto has a a setup also on Sol longing I think 75 something. So it makes sense. He will be max TP around this area with this equal high. So I will be observing on this area or greedy up until 800. Sorry, 80. My bad. Okay, that's my, you know, rage breakout setup. Just simple analysis and so. So still, I won't be setting my stop loss at pre-event. Maybe we can retrace around this POC area before going upward. But yes, I have uh, a stop loss at 73 for the support line. Okay, so for FART, yes, it's a good snipe a while ago on 1440, 0.1414. It's like when I see Solana, I pair up with altcoins with, meme tokens. So yes, Fartcoin is the good one for this one. And once we sweep this highs at 1460, I will be setting up my take profit one. And yes, we already had 1 hour here and maybe you know, grid on this 0.15 at 1.88 blocks. Okay, on my watch list on this one, hype, nothing interesting on this one on my setup. On Tao, yes, still looking for long here, maybe sweep around the local support around 190 or below on this breakout. So yes. And yes, this is for now XAU or gold. I don't think I'll be setting up my short here because I already lost two, I think. Oh, sorry, only one for now. But yes, I'll be, managing for the three positions for now. And once I close it, I'll be looking for another for shorting around this Bitcoin on my weekly plan. So, yes. Okay, so that's it for anyone have any question or wanna TA coin? I would like to ask a question that how do you complete challenge? Like how do you approach? Yeah, by managing my risk reward here. For example, I won on this, Solana or any coin or any specific coin. For example, I max TP on this 300 on Solana. So it will be around 500 I think. So that will be uh finish my pace one because I have 500 to 1K on my pace one. Once I finish that, I will be risking, more or I will be setting up slowly. And yeah, same thing to do with this setup. But only focusing on major or high cap market coins. Before I started challenge my account by 500 to 31, and yeah, I admit some of that is low market cap coin. So I got lucky of some, and you know, one of that. It's like I forgot what that coin again, but it's like 500 to 1.5 with that specific coin. So I got lucky, or maybe some snipe for for swing. And yes, I took profit or partials, something like that. So yeah, I bet you need some Apex role where you can just reach out Rollton. We already up on my challenge, and also uh Jackal already doing his challenge, and Blasto. So yeah, that's it for my setup. I'm just I explained my structure for this week and yesterday's summaries stream. So once we TP at 65 again, I'll be setting up my short, something like this one. So we will fill maybe not all on this order block, and then on this lower liquidity, and then pump, and then going back, targeting the lower side, maybe 61 to 60. So this will be my structure for the rest of the week or for the rest of the day. So mini bullish, but overall still bearish on my side. So yeah, just pairing up with Fart coin, my favorite coin. So that's it for my analysis, and I think Fort Monkey will give more analysis on his side. So yeah, next Fort Monkey.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning. How are you, man?
I'm alive. I'm good.
Yes.
Give me a second to set up my screen real quick. There are a couple of things I want to talk about today. Okay, everybody can see my screen, right? All looking good?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, going back to yesterday, New York was kind of boring, to be completely honest with you. But oh well. Here on the 4-hour time frame, after the sweep of these highs, we had a bullish change of character. So what I am looking for currently is a slight pullback. Usually when we get these change of characters, this smart money concept change of character here, we tend to see a little pullback into a range. This also would line up with where the Ichimoku cloud is currently. So we might see a little pullback into the cloud, a little bit of ranging, and then a push back upwards. Now, currently on the daily time frame, we perfectly retested our baseline level here for the cloud at 64K. So yesterday we pushed up both of them, came back down, retested, and have held. So that is quite bullish at the moment. On the daily, structure is also bullish as well. So yeah, essentially the last line in the sand, I have my chart here. I'm in a small short at the moment. So I'm going to keep, for the rest of August and September as well, I'm going to keep everything pretty tight. So I'm going to be using very small risk as the market isn't very happy with a lot. Isn't very happy with shorts at the moment. Again, it's very rangy, it's very slow, we're at the bottom. So I'm going to keep everything pretty short. Originally from my BTC short from up here from 65K, I fully closed it down here. I was aiming for a sweep back down to here into 61s, but we retested essentially this mid-range here and held above it. So yeah, again, New York today, we'll have to see what it gives, whether they want to push back up, because again, yesterday, I'll go to the lower time frame here. Yesterday, before the top was in, we swept Tuesday and Wednesday's high from last week. And either we just have to watch price action, but it's very likely with how close we are to here in New York, we'll see a push up, maybe sweep again. So this short that I'm in, it's very low risk. It's 025R. It's very tiny. And currently, the only bigger trades that I'm going to be looking for, so 05R and 1R, are going to be longs. So if I see a decent pullback into range, or like I just mentioned here, decent pullback into this mid-range, that's where I'll be looking for to take longs, essentially. Right now, I'm in an ETH long as well. I have my BTC swing along. I have my XRP bull run long, my Asta bull run long as well. Again, to manage my risk properly this month, I've had a few stops, had a few trades go sideways, so to speak, and all shorts. So it's just further indication for me to, number one, adjust my risk management slightly, and number two, just leave the shorts quite small. Just try to aim for some quick scalps in and out, and that would be the end of it. Now, moving on from that, again, it's boring price action, not really too much to analyze either. It's either we hold below 65K here, and then we just continue to ping pong around in this range, and we just have to see which gives way first. Either the lows here, and we take lower side liquidity, or the highs give out, and then we see a push back upwards. Maybe form another lower high, or finally, which I was eyeing this since we started this range, a push up into the 05 fib level from here. I'll go to another chart so it's a bit cleaner. Give me 1 second. Nope, not this one. This one right here. Okay. What I've been looking for this entire range, I've said it multiple times, is, let's go to here. I'll just pull this out slightly. There we go. Okay. What I've been looking for this entire range, which still hasn't given us, we tapped our 3828 fib level. 0382 fib level, sorry. Been looking for in every range, we've seen a deviation above the 05. But the thing is, at this point in time, as we're in this bottoming range, I believe if we see above 05, that's it. I think from there, if we deviate above the 05, we're not going to see these lows again. It's just, it seems very impractical. You know, bottoming range of BTC, we have, I believe, around 49 days since we've been in a bear market for a year. So 49 days until October 6th, which, again, if this move happened and we pulled back down, it'd have to be very, very, very fast. And I don't think at this point in time we'll see something crazy like that. again, each their own, but another little confluence, another little thing that I like to use. I'm just going to switch off this and share my screen real quick for this one, is this little chart here. This is the Bitcoin Power Law chart by Giovanni. He's an Italian guy, has been in Bitcoin for many, many years, and he made up this chart. So we can see that on our previous 2022 bear market bottom, we retested the lower band, this support here, perfectly. Retested it perfectly, held above it, and then we continued to pump. And now, as we can see here, I'll just zoom in a little bit more so you guys can see it a bit clearer. We did that again. We deviated slightly below the band, and where we bounced previously, so from the 62.5k area where we bounced on BTC is where it held as well. So just a little bit of a further confluence that it gives me a little bit more confidence that the bottom could potentially be in. Again, if we see further capitulation, it's going to be fast. It's going to be pretty fast. Another deviation below this, could we see it? Yes, easily, perfectly. We could see it, no problem at all. Like, this isn't... I'm not married to either scenario. I'm not married to a scenario that the bottom is in, and I'm not married to the scenario that the bottom isn't in. It's just... You just have to look at the price action, look at the structure, and go from there. And looking at this, as this is something that has, over time, continued to demonstrate... Let's just do it like this. As this over time has continued to demonstrate some accuracy, again, this chart gets continuously updated. As we continue to see this, it's just, like I said, further confluence that the bottom could be in. Now that I've shared that, I'll head back to the charts real quick. Oh no, my trading view, where have you gone? Hang on a second. There we go. Now, somebody was asking me yesterday in Apex, how do I look for key levels? So I thought it gave me, it's David. I'm not sure if he's in here, was in here before, but he's not currently in here. He was asking me how I find key levels and how I also look for where to take profits on trades. So going to that, I thought I'd just give you guys a little bit of quick education on that for those who may be struggling with it as well. Where is my AVE trade? Because AVE has a very clean structure to show this on. Right here. There we go. Now I got front run to hell. So let's remove this real quick and I will show you guys. So this is one of my altcoin swing shorts that I have currently. And just based around my strategy that I like to use the Lux Algo order block indicator, and I'll add an asterisk to that. It's not really an order block indicator. It's more of a liquidity pool indicator more than anything. It just shows you a rough example of where liquidity is, especially on the higher time frames. But essentially, if you're looking to take profit at certain levels, you need to be first looking for where could price reject. So when looking for where price could reject, you need to look at structure. Now, that's why I like to use structure in a lot of my trades and why I don't tend to look too much at liquidity heat maps, because a lot of liquidity on the heat maps, it's mostly retail, it's mostly whales, it's not really institutions or market makers. Like they're not gonna show you where they're positioned for a start. So when looking for where to take profits on trades and where to set up TP levels, I had another one here. I'll just line this up, which got front run to hell. Essentially, these three levels right here are where I plan to take profits on this trade. Although, like I mentioned, I'm not too keen of shorts currently. So the next decent pullback I see, I will close this trade fully. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'll fully close this trade and I will be done with it. Now, when looking for where price could retest, there are a lot of different ways to look at it. You can look at candle bodies, you can look at order blocks. So this here is essentially a order block. So what an actual order block is this. Just this little area here. That is an order block. This to me right here is also an order block. And just this little range right here as well, right where I have my 25% TP, it would be here as well. Now, how do you identify these levels? Just based around candles, go onto the higher time frame and look where price has been rejecting. So essentially, you can see on this range on AVE, I'll zoom in, you have, I'll just get rid of this box. So on AVE, you essentially have this little area here, all the way here, where price has rejected. You can see price drops into it, rejects, holds up, wicks back up, drops down, holds, few wicks, jumps back up. You can see here, wicked into it, jumped back up, came back down, jumped back up, came back down, jumped back up, and now we're currently ranging in here. AVE's continuously making lower highs, so that's why I believe we could see a further push down. Either way, though, this is just how I like to identify order blocks as well. So I don't mark them out on my charts. I just, when I go to a higher time frame, I can see it. But it is a good practice to do if you want to learn where price could reject from, because again, it's not all about indicators. On higher time frames, like I said, I do like to use this order block detector, but it's more for like liquidity, because if you've used this indicator enough on the higher time frames, I'm talking about the daily, the 16-hour, 12-hour, 8-hour, 6-hour, and 4-hour. This is where price it tends to reject, and it has this little pattern of it and lands into the middle of this white line here and bounces. And it happens quite often, so that's why I like to use it quite often. That's why Ryan also uses it. Ryan does line it up as well with further confluences like fib levels, harmonic patterns, and other things. I do use those. I'm in the process of learning harmonic patterns currently, but I also like to use it with just structural based things that I know as well. And again, that's just the way I like to identify key levels. You can do the basic things, aim for highs, aim for lows, but when you're in a range like this, I mean, in a trending market, it's a lot easier. You see a decent pullback, like a 3, 4, 5, 10% pullback, then you have a high, long that bitch, and aim for that high and just hold the position with good risk management, and it'll more likely hit when you're in a bull market. That's just the way that a trending market works. In this price action, it's a lot harder to pull off. Yeah, either way, guys, any questions? Anything you want me to cover? Anything that's not too clear? Because again, there's not too much to talk about in this market currently. We're just in the bottoming range of BTC. Price action is very slow, very boring. And I'd say it's not even worth it to take scalps, but I like to stay quite active. So again, that's why I'm just currently taking scalp. That's why I'm in this current BTC scalp short here. And I'm not even aiming for anything insane. I'm just aiming for this area here, which I'll use this as an example as well. This is an area, this is a little order block here. So this is where I could see price reject. That's why, and I also have my TP slightly above it at this low. I could see, I'll be watching price manually today. For this, I'll probably manually close this if we see a rejection above, because we could also see a rejection from here as well. Or if not there, we could also see it from this little area here. Now, another thing, this is more candle range, candle-y theory stuff. A lot of times, price will do something pretty interesting. Structure will do something pretty interesting, sorry. Which is, let's grab this. So when there's a pullback, a lot of times price might not test a candle body, it might test a wick. So it might pull back, and if you come back into this little range here, you might see it retest this wick and bounce. Might retest this wick and bounce. Or it might retest this wick here that I already have marked out, but I'll mark it out in orange because it's a bit clearer. So a lot of times when I'm in a trade like this on a scalp short and I'm watching to see what levels it rejects. I obviously have my Ichimoku cloud. I tend to watch where it rejects from like the daily levels of that or the weekly. I tend to watch that, and from there, if we get a good reaction, I'll take profits or I'll close. I did that with my last BTC short and my Sol short as well. It's very interesting how price can react just off of wicks. But again, this tends to work a bit better on a higher time frame. So if you mark out the levels on a 4-hour, and then you watch and then see and observe how price reacts at those levels, you can see what I mean. It's pretty interesting how that works. That's just a little structural type of thing to do. So yeah, this stream is probably going to be a lot shorter. I don't have too much else to talk about today. Again, market's boring, PA's horrible, slow, choppy, very hunty. So just as a little bit of like advice that I'll give, not financial advice, just advice that I'm giving that I'm taking on myself, is keep risk pretty low in this range. If you're taking scalps, just keep risk pretty low. Unless you're a very skilled scalper. I'm not. I just take scalps around certain key levels. Like yesterday, aimed for a BTC short, got stopped. So we swept these highs and rejected, so I thought I'd take another one. It's just simple. Not too much else to add. Just keep risk low. Like for now, for currently, I'd say until I see a trend shift, I'm going to keep risk really, really low, especially on scalps. Scalps, I'll do 025R, or if it's like a bit more of an intraday, maybe 05. But I'm going to keep my 1Rs safe for now. I'm not going to be touching the market too heavily currently because it's touched me back quite heavily. Oh, well, Milky can't join voice chat. Oh, well. So yeah, guys, any of you here have any questions about anything? Want us to cover anything? If not, I think that would be it for today, maybe. I also, what was it I wanted to cover? That was it. Yes. Currently, I'm looking at AVAX for a swing short as well. I'll do that. Let's cover this real quick. I'll give you guys just a little bit of insight. I'm currently looking at the AVAX chart for a swing long for the bull run. Now, we can see it has this little descending channel here. I can't be bothered to mark the bottom area, but I will, just to be a bit more clearer for you guys. Let's say we mark this from here. I'm absolutely horrible at drawing trend lines because I barely use them, but oh well. It is what it is. Yeah, well, you guys can see it either way. We have this downtrend on AVAX that has been happening for a few years, makes a high, lower high, lower high. And now we are currently dumping once again. It made this little same pattern here. all the way back, lower high, dumps down into these lows, and then heads back upwards. For the bull run, I'm essentially just trying to catch that first one. So either this week, next week, depends. I'm going to be start to build a swing long. I'll have invalidation somewhere from. This is the bit unique shot I want. This chart. Yeah, this one's a lot clearer. Yeah, there we go. So I'm more likely going to start building this soon. And as you can see, this is where my invalidation would be. I'd have it around $3. I'd start building somewhere around here. Now just enter on market, mark out a few key levels like I did with XRP, and then just slowly DCA it manually, as well as have the limits set, and then just go from there. Now, this is what Rami pointed out, which is why I had my eyes on AVAX. If AVAX manages to break out of this descending channel here, there is a very good chance that we could see a sweep of this high here at 65. And if it really wants to go for it, if we have our alt season next cycle, which I don't think will happen, but if there's a fine chance in hell that it does happen and we manage to get a sweep of this high, at the 146 high, this is an absolutely insane risk to reward trade. Now, I'm not married to that thesis because I've mentioned it on stream previously, but I'll mention it again. For my alt swing longs for the bull run that I'm making, alts tend to top before BTC does. And if you look back historically, it's usually when BTC first sweeps its previous all-time high, doesn't make it final all-time high of the cycle, but sweeps it, and then we get that little reaccumulation phase. When we see that, that tends to be when alts top, and then they have a very decent pullback. So that's essentially what I'm eyeing currently. Just set up a few swing longs when BTC sweeps it all-time high. It's all-time high. Get the hell out of all of alts unless they make very good highs before then. That's also another thing to watch. If you see alts sweeping their all-time highs, just close that bitch because they're going to pull back hard. You're going to see insane drops when we enter like a reaccumulation phase or a typical bullish retest on in a bull market. It's going to be brutal for some alts. So for alts, like I said, now's a very good buying opportunity. There are all-time lows. The risk to reward's there even if they don't make new all-time highs. So let's say we just tap this ascending channel once again and we see like the $18 to $25 range on AVAX. From $6, it's still good risk to reward. So let's say we pull into here and we tap this trend line once again and it's $18. It's not bad. It's doubled. So it's worth it. For some alts, especially ones that have been around for many cycles, that have survived, that still haven't died yet, it's still very good. Still very good opportunity. And yeah, do not have too much to cover currently. So if you guys have any questions and charts you want me to look at, or me and RayRay to look at, we'll take some consultations. I'll give you guys a few minutes. If not, stream is over. What's the link doing? Link's still being pretty stubborn, apparently. Deviates above 6.8. Straight into 60. Now, see, this is what I was saying before about order blocks as well. On a higher time frame, you see this a lot. You see how they, on a higher time frame, like on the 16-hour, 12-hour, you see that they tag into the center of this order block and reject. Pretty interesting how that works. I like it. I like it a lot in myself. So yeah, guys, that's going to be the stream for the quite bullish on alts, aren't you? I am bullish on alts, but not like alt season bullish. I'm just look, we're traders. We're here to make money. Now, you can you can stick to the big caps, you can stick to ETH, Solana, and BTC and be done with it and make a lot of money as well. But if you really want to get your hands in the markets, like my plan for the bull run is you get all these coins that come out of a 100K market cap, hit a billion and absolutely rug pull. I'm going to be looking for the narrative for this bull run. I'm going to keep my eye out for like different phases, like different narratives. Like last time we had DEXs, we had Lighter, we had Asta, we had Hyperliquid. The only two of those that have probably survived and are going to survive are Hyperliquid because it's used by insiders and whales to absolutely leverage the fuck out of positions and do insane shit. And Asta, which is correlated, which is essentially CZ's DEX, sorry, Binance's DEX. So Asta, I'm very bullish on Asta, for example, because it was released at the very end of the bull market, the very end of that bull market, pumped to $2.4 and then absolutely wrecked a fuck ton of people. I was one of them. I lost like 3K on Asta, which was insane. But again, those are just shit that happens. You live, you learn to manage risk better, and that's the end of it. And when it comes to it, there are some alts that won't survive, that will just fucking die off over time. And then there are some alts that they'll have their performance. Now, it's not going to be all-time highs. It's not going to be insane things like XRP, for example. It's something that is like, I'll use two examples, XRP and Link and Chainlink. Chainlink is apparently for now going to be used a lot in the US financial markets. They want to integrate it deeply. That means a lot of liquidity could flow into it and it could make an all-time high. But simply because it is actually something that is being used in the sense that ETH is being used, that the sense of BTC is being used. You have XRP, which is also going to be used in that sense. Ripple is not just a coin, it's also a company that is trying to do something useful on a grand scale, on like on a national scale in the US and worldwide in some things. So when trying to identify like a narrative or something, the narratives that are going to push the hardest are ones that add some sort of value to the space. Like Asta and Hyperliquid did, a DEX, a decentralized exchange. They got their pumps, they got their rallies. We can already see that Hype went on an absolutely insane run in the middle of a bear market. When everything was bottoming out, it made an all-time high, which is pretty unheard of. So you can look at those kind of coins and say, okay, well, if I'm going to long anything and have confidence that, not that it'll make an all-time high, but it will give good returns, it's those kind of things. Litecoin, for example, is not necessarily a utility coin, but it's something with tokenomics like BTC, and it's been around since the fucking dark ages, like Bitcoin has. So it's something that people invest in. It's something that people know. They'll buy it. Will Litecoin make a new all-time high? No. Will it give good returns? Probably. Like we'll probably see Litecoin above $100 once again next bull run. Will we ever see it above its all-time high? I mean, probably not. Something insane would have to happen there, but I mean, if we just come to the weekly real quick, I mean, will we ever see Litecoin above $400? Probably not. But then again, you never know. You never really know. So Litecoin's another one I'm taking along on, definitely. So that's just the way I'm setting up alts currently. It's just try to identify ones that won't try and liquidate you in the middle of a bull run, and just try to squeeze what you can squeeze out of them. But especially with alts, don't marry them. Don't believe any hype around them, because they will wreck you if you do. It's just long them. Once BTC sweeps its previous all-time high, like sweeps 126K, get the fuck out of them. You've had your returns, and if you really want to long them again, well, wait for BTC's reaccumulation phase to take them, and then take a swing long on them with a very clear invalidation and low risk. Like, take 1R on them from what you've made across the bull run if you've made some decent money, because it will still give you a good return, but you won't see an all-time high. It's just get the hell out once BTC's topping, close all your positions, then sit on your hands, wait, enjoy what you made, and then when the time comes, go into bear market mode once again, and then short the shit out of the market. That's it. So yeah, I'm going to leave that here. I'm going to leave that right there. I think that would be good note to end on. Anyway, guys, for all of you in here that are Apex, you already know all of this. For those of you who aren't, Apex is our little VIP role that we have inside of Paragon. To get VIP access, to become Apex, either go to Apex Access, read about it, learn, and if not, you can open a ticket and Rolton will answer you and give you all the information and help you out. But essentially, when you get Apex, you get access to very low fees on BitUnix, which is a very good exchange, one of the few exchanges that did not ADL anybody in 1010 because it's actually liquid, unlike a lot of these exchanges claim to be. It's that good that many other exchanges pay for so much FUD against it. And other than that, other than getting good fees on BitUnix, you get access to Killer's live streams and his live stream trades that he takes, his scalping trades. You get access to junior corners, so you get access to my corner, Jackal's corner, RayRay's corner, Wolf's corner, Nicho's corner, and now our brand new junior, Pritzy, who's extremely talented in the support and resistance style of trading. I highly recommend that for those of you in Apex who don't have his Notify activated, go and activate it. I've been looking at it, a lot of his trades as well. Very impressed with him, and also an extremely nice guy and extremely willing to help as well. On top of that, we also have education in the Apex section made by our core traders. So by Killer, Ryan, Minga, Rami. We have all the core traders have a little bit of education in there as well. Blasto tells you how to identify his key levels. Minga talks about a little bit about TD9, about structure, about shape tops and bottoms, all those different things. As well as Killer having some structural and pattern recognition style trading education in there, which is very interesting. I know a lot of people who joined Apex and it's changed their lives. Milky being one of them. Matt, if you don't know who Matt is, no, I don't mean Matthew, I mean actual Matt, the American gunslinger guy. His trading has changed in an insane amount. And the reason I am here today, the reason I'm junior, is all because of Paragon. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Killer's helped me out a lot. Rolton's helped me out a lot. But you see Rolton as just a tech guy. He's an extremely talented trader as well. And yeah, guys, if that wasn't enough of a shield, I'm just going to tell you clearly to shut the fuck up and go and get Apex. All there is to it. They'll improve your lives. So yeah, guys, thank you for joining the stream today. Remember, if any of you need anything from any of us juniors, core traders, or Rolton, feel free to DM us or ping us in the chat rooms. We're always happy to help. Anyway, guys, catch you later. Let's see what New York Open does today. Thank you very much for joining.